Gunna just sent out a letter from jail, and it's an absolute joke. Let's dive into this. Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Rashad Crenshaw back again with another video. 2 videos dropped yesterday, we're back again today. Now, Gunna defends his innocence in statements saying the picture being painted of me is ugly and untrue. Now, Gunna says, 2022 has been one of the best years of my life despite this difficult situation. This year, I had the whole world pushing Yo! Okay, stop automatically. Why would you, who put that, yo, like, okay, like, lock in right quick with me. Lock in right quick. You are facing charges for drug possession and intention to distribute. Why are you referencing songs with titles like Pushing P? Furthermore, you go on to frame it as if Pushing P is a good thing. This year I had the whole world pushing P. What are you doing? Who's writing this for you? And if it's you saying this, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? The sentence Pushing P does not sound legal at all. To a judge or anyone looking to lock you up, that automatically is just joyous news for them. Oh, you've been pushing P? Go look up what Pushing P means. This is amazing for them. This is exactly what they want. For you to make it seem like you're unapologetic about the image you portrayed. You say that they're portraying a negative image of you, but then you go on in the next sentence to say you had the whole world pushing P like that's a good thing. Y'all rappers make it too easy. Y'all make it too easy. Too easy. It's too easy for these people. The picture being painted of me is ugly and untrue. This year I had the whole world pushing P. Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy on Gunna and YSL, because y'all, can y'all get any slower than this? Growing up where I am from, in a marginalized neighborhood, I never dreamt my art would change my life and the lives of my loved ones. My entire life, I've seen black men, black women, and black children constantly attacked, hated, murdered, berated, belittled, silenced, judged, used, and held captive. You know who you've seen doing that to those black people, Gunna, that you don't mention? The black people that are being attacked, hated, murdered, berated, belittled, silenced, judged, and used, and held captive. You know who is probably doing most of that to them? Other black people. And I find it funny that you and other rappers have promoted the kind of culture that belittles, hates, murders, entraps, imprisons black people. And you want to make it seem like this is just something the entire world, the outer world, was doing to you. When in reality, it's us doing it to us, and you've made music glorifying it alongside other people who make music glorifying it. I use my art form, my gift from God, to change my circumstances. I worked hard, honed my craft. I empowered black women in my industry. I lived in the recording studio. I lived on the road. I worked. So he's trying to make it clear, like, hey, everything that I've done up to this point is work. No drugs, no gangs, no drug selling, no gun selling, no gang membership. Purely work. I respect that. The problem is the alleged evidence shows that you and your homies have been up to some different kind of work. So you start off the entire letter saying that you're being framed in a wrong way, but then you simultaneously at the beginning of the letter say you had the whole world pushing P. You talk about how black people are being done bad in your community, in your neighborhood when you were growing up. But you don't mention the fact that it was other black people doing each other bad in the community. You're literally on the news talking about how a relative of yours was framed for a murder by somebody that he was rolling with, hanging with. Your own relative was imprisoned behind someone else's inability to own up to their murder. It proves my point of what I'm saying. Most of what you've seen, all these negatives you've seen happening, is spawned by us. And you have worked with other people to fuel a culture where we continue to do this to each other. It's mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me. The picture that is painted of me is ugly and untrue. My fans know I love to celebrate life. I love my family, I love travel, I love music, I love my fans. I have all faith that God will grant me justice for the purity in my heart and the innocence of my actions. Dog. The picture that is painted of you is ugly. Whether it's untrue or not is yet to be seen. But the reality is you have associated with some uncouth folks, bro. And you knew. And you kept hanging with them. And now you're caught up in shit that you may or may not necessarily have been involved in. This is a reminder to y'all, stay as far away from gang members as possible. RICO is meant to drag people in who aren't necessarily involved in everything. The mafia was so well organized that even if you got one guy in the gang, you couldn't get them all. RICO was created so the feds or the state could come get all of you at one time. Stay away from dudes who fancy the street life. Stay away. Because the feds and the state are legally allowed to group all of you together if you all rep YSL. If you all rep this organization, you can, in fact, all get locked up. Stay away from dudes who you know are promoting this lifestyle, because this is what can happen to you. Gunna had the world in his hands and it was taken from him. Granted, Gunna might be telling the truth. He might not have anything to do with anything and is simply suffering from being guilty by association. Stay away from these dudes, because if you're not getting locked up with them, you're getting shot at with them. Come on. As a black man in America, it seems as though my art is only acceptable when I'm a source of entertainment for the masses. So when your art is a source of destruction, we should just be okay with that. Why do white people have to tell you to not preach destruction to your own people? Like, why do white people have to be daddy and put you on their lap and say, no, Gunna, no Jay-Z, no Meek Mill, you can't promote death and drugs and violence to your own people. Don't do that. Why does daddy need to come in and tell y'all that? Why? Like, why does the white man got to come in and tell y'all that? Y'all are crazy. This rap industry is insane. Yes, your poisonous lyrics are bad. Yes, they promote chaos. Why does it take outsiders to come in and tell you, shouldn't be making music about that. Shouldn't be doing it. Shouldn't be self-snitching. Why do outsiders have to tell you that self-snitching is a subpar strategy? Why? Y'all always find a way to pull the race card. How about the fact that y'all only target black people with y'all's buffoonery and coonery and fuckery? How about that? Is there a race card to pull with that? That's what I thought. Y'all are crazy. This rap industry is insane. My art is not allowed to stand alone as entertainment. I'm not allowed that freedom as a black man in America. Pusha T still raps about selling drugs to this day. He's free. Benny the Butcher still raps about selling drugs to this day and allegedly had Freddie Gibbs touched the fuck up last month. He's still free. Rick Ross raps about drugs all day long. He's still free. Future raps about every drug in existence. It's possible that Future is the biggest drug dealer on earth and everyone gets their drugs from him and they just don't know it. Because as many drugs as he's rapped about, you would think he has a sample of every single drug in his house. You would think there's a lab in his crib. He's free. Come on. It's not because you're black. It's because you associated yourself with dudes who were in the streets and you knew and you promoted their brand. Now, do I think you should be in jail for promoting that brand? No. No, YSL is a gang and simultaneously a record label. If Gunna was only involved in the record label portion of YSL, I do believe he should be treated as such, not grouped in with literal killers and murderers. However, if evidence does show that Gunna is in fact a gang participant, you got to deal with gang participant consequences. Saying that you're not allowed to just put out your music as a black man in America, it contradicts everything we know about hip hop. It contradicts all of that. How many rappers do we know still rap about bullshit and are still free? K-Flock rapped about killing and death all day long. He only got caught up when he actually killed somebody. He killed somebody and now he's in jail. Casanova rapped about killing folk and he only went to jail when it was found out that he was working with the Guerrilla Stone Nation in New York selling drugs. Young Thug's been rapping about them sticks and them thing. I'm not even gonna say what else he's been rapping about. He been rapping about all type of shit. He's not getting locked up on lyrics. Stop lying. Y'all are lying to these kids, making them believe that the lyrics is what's getting them locked up. No, you're getting locked up behind actual behavior, actual actions. Wake up. Wake up. In 12 states, more than half of the prison population is black. One of those states is Georgia. Okay. There's truth to that. And there are multiple reasons for that. One of the reasons being that we're 13% of the population and make up 50% of the crime. Now, a lot of dudes are in there on gun possession, drug possession, crimes I feel like you shouldn't be locked up for. It's your right to use drugs like marijuana if you so choose. It's your right to own a gun if you so choose. I don't believe grown adults should be told that they can't smoke a marijuana or can't carry a gun without it being registered or licensed. I don't believe that. So I agree with Gunna. There is an overrepresentation of black men in jail, and I fully believe that a lot of that would drop by a substantial portion if dudes weren't getting locked up on nonviolent crimes. I firmly believe that. I really do. But the reality of the situation is, Gunna, you're a completely different breed of inmate. Allegedly. You and Thug are a completely different breed of inmate. Y'all got hit with RICO, and they're saying that y'all are involved with murders. You're not like the average inmate in there. You know it to be true. Why paint an image of anything other than the truth? Gunna is leading y'all astray with this bullshit post. He's trying to convince y'all that he's in there because of everything but what him and Young Thug have allegedly been involved in. That's what he wants you to believe. The truth couldn't be further away from what Young Thug and Gunna have been trying to tell y'all for the past month or like the last 2 weeks. Those two dudes have been caught up in some shit. How we know is because of the beat that they got with YFN Lucci. So do not be deluded by Gunna and Thug making it seem like their lyrics are putting them in trouble. One of the main reasons why they don't want the lyrics mentioned is because some of these lyrics do pertain to actual crimes that have been committed. And there might be more. That is the reason why these two guys really don't want their lyrics being brought up in court. Furthermore, they don't want their lyrics being brought up in court because a lot of their lyrics are violent. A lot of their lyrics revolve around drugs or the selling of drugs. Everything they're being charged with is being repeatedly mentioned in their songs. So with that being said, they want it removed from court because these lyrics oftentimes either A, give clues to literal crimes, or B, reaffirm the idea that they really are the kind of guy that they're being charged with being. Do not be deluded. These guys are in jail right now because of some serious shit. One of those things being murder. Don't be fooled.